Introducing and I don't interview.
I have a trick question. After hearing each of them speak, which one is from Brooklyn and which one is from Kentucky? Anyway, it's great to be here. I want to thank our leaders of the Budget Committee, Senator Sanders and Congressman Yarmouth, and thank to Leader Pelosi, who will be joining us shortly. Now, in case you haven't had time to review the president's budget, let me sum it up for you. The Trump budget takes a sledgehammer to the middle class and to working class Americans, lavishes tax breaks on the wealthy, and imagines all of the deficit problems away with fantasy math. This budget exists somewhere over the rainbow where the dreams of Mick Mulvaney, Paul Ryan, and the Koch brothers really do come true. But of course, these dreams are a nightmare for the average working American. The Trump budget cuts transportation funding, education funding, programs that help students repay their student debt, one of the greatest burdens on middle-class kids and something that's slowing the country's housing recovery. The Trump budget, which seeks more than $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and health care, would decimate health care options for rural Americans, children, seniors, and pull the rug on many of our rural hospitals throughout the country. Now, earlier, our colleague, Senator Cornyn of Texas, stated that this budget is, quote, a proposal of the president's priorities. Well, if that's true, it's clear the president has prioritized breaking his promises to the working people of America. For example, on the campaign trail, he promised over and over again he wouldn't cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. With this budget, he cuts 2 out of 3. He cuts Social Security disability benefits and cuts Medicaid by $1 trillion. The great irony of the Trump agenda is it hurts many of the people who supported him in the campaign. There is no clearer example of this irony than his budget. When you add it all up, the Trump budget is comic book villain bad, and just like comic books, it relies on fantasy to make all the numbers work. It's the kind of budget you might expect from someone who is rooting for a government shutdown. I'm optimistic it'll be roundly rejected by both parties here in the Congress. The way that we can reach a funding agreement in September is to do what we did last month, work together on a bipartisan basis, reject this extreme budget, tell President Trump and Mick Mulvaney to stay out of the negotiations, and come up with a plan that will help the American people and create jobs here at home. Leader Pelosi.